right, thank you for watching. I wanted to just quickly cover how we research foreclosure sales, so properties that will be going to auction in Sarasota County. And I have on my Word document here the instructions that you also will have available to look how to do this, but I wanted to provide a video as well. So if we start by going to the link provided here, it will actually bring us to this page that you see over here on the right-hand side, the Sarasota County, Florida auction website. And we are looking at March 2020, and this is the foreclosure auction that is going on this month. Typically, what I like to do is go a month out, because if we have somebody that's selling a property, say tomorrow, that's going to auction, it's going to be a little bit too soon a notice for us to reach out to them at a good time. So we want to make sure that these people have an auction that is coming up. So for that reason, I like to look about a month out. So for today being March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, I would actually click on April up here, and I would probably be starting my search right around the 17th, maybe a day before or a day after, but I always like to be, if possible, a day before that date. So what I would do is I would actually start with April 2020, and I would use this April 16th record to start. So if you click on that, what's going to happen is it's going to actually take you into that auction date and all the auctions that are going on. And if we go back, you can see it said 7. So when we click into the foreclosures, there will be 7 different auctions that show up. So first thing that we're going to want to do is we are going to want to look at the final judgment amount, which on this one is showing $0, which is somewhat strange. Usually there's going to be a dollar amount there. So if we click on property appraiser, most likely this is going to bring up a blank page. What that means is most likely this case is being pushed back to a different day, or it's not happening any longer. So we're going to move to the next record where we actually have an amount. And this is good because I do not want to log properties that have an assessed value over $300,000 or a final judgment amount over $300,000. So this is a record we would not log. So we'll go down until we hit one that meets the criteria we're looking for, which would be this 1558 Fawnwood Circle property. So we see the final judgment amount is $271. So we're under the $300,000 mark. So the next thing we want to do is on this parcel ID, we're going to click on this number, which is going to bring up the Sarasota County Property Appraiser website, which I do have another video that talks about this website and the data that we like to collect from it. What I'll be asking that you pull from this information is the last sale or transaction amount. So we can see that this one sold back in September of 2004 for $185,000. We can see who the owner of this property is. It's Keith and Amanda Jans. We are going to log at least one of their names into our spreadsheet. So let's say it's Keith Jans. So we would log Keith. We would list his mailing address, which is the address directly under their name. And then we would list the situs address, which this is the property address that we saw on the site here. So that is the main information that we are actually going to log for each of these. The only thing that could be different sometimes is if you go into the Sarasota Property Appraiser site, sometimes the owner could end up being a company. If it is a business, I do have instructions on how you can go to the Florida Sunbiz website and pull up the owners of a company. Otherwise, you will just be logging the business in the first and last name sections. On this example, you can see that the owner, Thomas Cleater, actually has a different mailing address than physical address. So this is the actual property address that you saw on the property appraiser, on the auction website right here, 4147 Mokina Ave. And on the property appraiser site, you can see there's that address for the site address, and we have the mailing address right here. So after we've logged that information into our spreadsheet, we can just scroll back up to the top of the auction site here and click next auction, and you'll see it's actually going to move forward to the next auction, which would be Friday, April 17th. So you can just continue to do that to move along these pages after you've logged a record. You can always just click next auction. And typically we want to record these for 1 to 2 months out. And that is how we search the Sarasota County foreclosure sales site. Thank you.